if May, it's the 96th meeting of the Standing Committee on Public Safety and National Security. We're going to go a little bit out of order because Ms. Damoff, with the gracious consent of the opposition parties, has a motion that I hope we can dispose of without debate. If it goes to debate, we will put it back down to the end of the meeting. I don't want to take away from witness time. So, Ms. Damoff.
Thank you, Chair. Thanks to the opposition. I'd like to bring forward a motion that the motion adopted by the committee on Tuesday, February 6, 2018 regarding the submission of amendments to Bill C-59, an act respecting national security matters, be rescinded and replaced with the following. That notwithstanding the motion adopted by the committee on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2016, the date of March 8th, 2018 be designated as the deadline for the submission of amendments to Bill C-59, an act respecting national security matters, by members of the committee as well as by members who are not part of a caucus represented on the committee.
Thank you, Ms. Damoff. Thank you, Ms. Damoff. Any debate? Seeing none, those in favor? Thank you all. Witnesses, thank you for that indulgence. We have for this morning, the first hour this morning, Laura Tribe, Executive Director of Open Media, and from the International Civil Liberties Monitoring Group, Timothy McSorley. And you each have 10 minutes for your initial presentations. So, Ms. Tribe.
Good morning. My name is Laura Tribe, and I am the Executive Director of Open Media, a community-based organization committed to keeping the internet open, affordable, and surveillance-free. I'm here today with Tim McSorley of the International Civil Liberties Monitoring Group, who were unfortunately not invited by the committee to testify in these proceedings, but whose contributions Open Media believes to be critical for an informed discussion of Bill C-59. Open Media's work on privacy and digital security dates back to Bills C-13 and C-30, but more recently focused on the serious security violations introduced in the previous government's Bill C-51. The open media community's lengthy efforts on these issues include producing Canada's privacy plan, a positive vision for the future of privacy in Canada, crowdsourced from over 125,000 contributors. Over 300,000 people speaking up against Bill C-51. 2 national days of action against Bill C-51, organized in partnership with organizations across the country. Over 15,000 citizen comments submitted to the government's national security consultation, and over 6,000 submissions to this committee's written consultation on Bill C-59. Public Safety Canada's report summarizing the national security consultation results showed that Canadians are overwhelmingly in favour of increased protections for personal privacy. More than 4 in 5 responses indicated that their expectation of privacy in the digital world is the same as or higher than in the physical world. So when Bill C-59 was introduced, we were relieved, a sign that change was coming. But the more that the bill was analyzed, the more our worries returned. The changes are less substantive than we had hoped, and invasive new powers were even introduced. Bill C-59 fails to adequately address the information disclosure provisions and terrorist speech offenses brought in by Bill C-51, but also brings in new data collection, cybersecurity, and information sharing powers which further threaten our privacy and security. But today, this committee has the chance to make this right. Over 6,000 Canadians submitted their concerns with Bill C-59 via Open Media's written submission to this consultation. But since then, in the past 2 weeks, we've had almost 10,000 more Canadians sign a new petition concerning the expanded cyber operations powers in the CSE Act of C-59, which I shall read now. To the Standing Committee on Public Safety and National Security. As a concerned Canadian, I am urging you to address the dangerous new powers being proposed for CSE in Bill C-59. Throughout the process of reforming Bill C-51, Canadians have been very clear on the need to scale back the drastic and invasive national security measures in the bill. Public Safety Canada's own What We Learned report, which formed the basis of Bill C-59, confirmed that the majority of stakeholders and experts called for existing measures to be scaled back or repealed completely, and that most participants in the consultations, quote, opted to err on the side of protecting individual rights and freedoms rather than granting additional powers to national security agencies and law enforcement, end quote. The new active and defensive cyber operations powers proposed in Bill C-59 for CSE are directly opposed to the wishes of the majority of Canadians. We asked for privacy, but instead we got an out-of-control spy agency with even more extreme powers than before. Security and privacy experts throughout Canada have expressed in great detail the issues with the proposed bill and the changes that need to be made to protect the privacy and security of Canadians. Experts have warned of the consequences of granting powers like these, powers that would be all the more dangerous given the lack of adequate oversight included in the bill. I would like to point you to the Analysis Communications Security Establishment Act and related provisions in Bill C-59 report produced by the Citizen Lab and the Canadian Internet Policy and Public Interest Clinic, CIPIC. The recommendations laid out in this report should be adopted by the SECU committee. In a world and time where digital technologies are being used by so many to threaten our digital safety, we need our government to be helping make the world better, not actively undermining our security. Signed, 9,633 Canadians as of this morning. On behalf of these signatories, plus the over 300,000 concerned with Bill C-51 and the other concerned civil society groups who have been unable to join these proceedings themselves, we respectfully ask that you make things right. We are asking you, our elected representatives, to stand up for our privacy and continue the work of repealing Bill C-51. Digital security is critical to Canada's infrastructure, economy, and future. Please do not compromise this in the name of fear or following other countries' bad practices to lead us in a race to the bottom. We need to be stronger than that. Thank you.